I get a lot of weird and funny shit from Facebook actually. Every day when I wake up, I check my messages. There's probably easily 20, 30 messages. And then I also get sent funny shit from other people, usually links from the page that they follow, um, stuff they want me to debunk. And here's just a few examples. I chose some of the funnier ones actually. So the first one we have is this thing from the race club. It's over there. Just put it up there so everybody can read it. So the guy basically asks, ako lang ba nakapansin ang nipis ng paint and top coat ng race? Ang dali niya ma-scratch. Ibang Toyota di naman ganun kadali ma-scratch. Well, okay, go ahead and mine. So personally, the paint job of a car is pretty standard. There is a minimum thickness for every paint standard, and then every manufacturer kind of follows that. There's no such thing as manipis the paint. But reading forward, so a couple of guys responded, and then he said, yung sa akin, yung sa akin, kahoy tumama, gasgas na. Malamang, di ba? If you're tree versus car, car always loses. No ifs, no buts. Tinikling versus car, tinikling wins. Barbecue stick versus car, barbecue stick will always win. So this guy is an official moron. And then he goes as turquoise po race sa inyo. Gray po. It's not as if that the turquoise paint is thicker than the gray paint and the gray paint is thicker than this is so yeah, weird, stupid, funny shit like this I get sent to every day. Then this from our Facebook, this from our page also, where people ask. So this one here we have this guy question. Yes, he asks, "Why is my turbo sound more noticeable after remap and EGR disable? Was it because of the disabled EGR? No. Remapping does not change the sound of your engine. That's I don't know how and where that notion came about, but people think that once you tune it, it sounds angrier and meaner. Well, Swish, so I answered because you tend to step on the pedal now more than before. That's why it sounds a lot more. Oh, thanks again. Then he showed us a screenshot of his mileage reading. It was 9 point something kilometers per liter before. Now it's 6 kilometers per liter. Well, obviously, something has to change, which means that you step on it harder, you go faster because you're now enjoying the power of the remap. That power has to come from somewhere. It cannot come from nowhere. Then you have another guy here who. Then the next couple of ones are what I call selective memory syndrome. There's quite a number of them out there. So this guy here asking, I believe the thread here started as he was asking if we're able to remap or tune a 2001 Civic. So this is the part, and then mm, he contacted our Davao branch actually, and then converse, and then we offered him the unit chip, which is the only one that can tune the car. Then this is the conversation that followed. So I answered him, yes, they do tune. Then he answered, negative boss po sila. I was like, huh? That can't be right. If that's it, the my guy in Davao already knows that it can be done. Then I asked, who did you talk to? So he threw up the screenshot. Lo and behold, the screenshot came from some guy named Fat Boys Garage Philippines. Obviously, that's not us. So obviously, when he asked these guys, hi, can't do it, hindi na kaya gawin, o negative boss, di kaya nagawa, okay. Then I answered, then I said, hello, ibang kausap, that's not us. I would think Speed Lab and Fat Boys is two totally different things. I mean, you would know that before sending the screenshot, right? And then here's another example of a selective memory syndrome also. So he's asking about the unit chip remap for the Vios. So yeah, pwede ba sa Vios yan? Superman 2017 dual VVTi Matic. So I sent him the poster that I said, which has Toyota ECU remap. It's for 25 grand. And then all the cars are listed here at the bottom. So pwede ba yan sa Matic? He just repeated it. So I said, pwede. Then I don't know if it's an hour later or 2 hours later. He asked, "Pwede ba sa biosmatic yan?" Kuday. I already answered you, dude. Come on. How is it so hard to read it again? And there's this other guy who's asking if he wants to do throw it up here. So he wants home service. Okay. So bala ko po magpa-headers itong makina ko 13T Toyota. Salamat po. So I told him it'll be a custom 421 headers, and then it'll be stainless steel. It'll take 3 days. You have to bring it to the shop. Sige sir, sa bahay po, safe naman dito. Hanggang dulo ko yung gagawin. He still assumes that we're gonna do it at his home. I said, you bring the car to the shop. Basta 13T makina. Yes, we got that already. You've said it twice. And no, we're not gonna go to your home. You don't have a lift. You bring it to the car, and we're not gonna go. You don't have a lifter at your house. Only to find out at the very end that Toyota engine is in an owner Jeep. Didn't bother to ask where his house is anymore. So if this kind of customer, this kind of customer has no money, will never come to the shop ever. And then there's another guy who apparently does not have maybe fell asleep during elementary. So he wants to order a set of Wilwood brakes from the US. So I screenshotted it, and it says there's the spec. So Wilwood forged dynamite caliper brakes, 12.19-inch drilled big brakes kits for a Civic 99. So there's the price. That's for everything. And then yes, by any chance, is there an option for 300 to 310 rotor with 6-pot calipers? Somebody obviously is not paying attention during elementary, because if you convert 12.19 inches to the mm, you end up with 310 millimeters. Basic math, people. That's just a sampling of. We'll have more on our next installment. People send me this stuff too. So they sent me this link to this guy who does ECU remapping. So I think it's an ad or something, or it just pops out. Anyway, he's promoting the page. Anyway, he posted a video of it saying no more delay for this Mitsubishi hatchback. So it's a video of the car driving along the road. I can do that too. Anybody with a video camera, anybody with any form of dash cam can do that too. Videos that show a car with somebody driving on the street does not tell you how much power it has. For all we know, he could speed up the video as well. That's very easy to do if you have not even video editing software. iPhone can do that, Android can do that. So all these videos of all these people showing cars remapping, whether taken from inside the car or the car moving from a standstill, tells you absolutely nothing, because every single car can do that, remapped or not. The real way to tell if the remapping success is if there's a dyno chart attached to it, which is what we always do. So this is our screen here with the Mirage, and then there's a corresponding dyno chart that gets 10, 12 horses more. That's the way you tell if the remap is legit or not. Not some video of some car moving. If I want to see fast cars going around, I'll watch Top Gear. Then I also have a YouTube channel which I get even more dumber comments. So this guy says that ilang years yung reflash pala sir? 3 years lang expired na siya? No, it doesn't expire. It's not food. Remapping the software loaded doesn't expire the same way that the software in your phone does not expire or just disappears after 3 years. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself sometimes like this. Then there's this guy I just found it very, very funny that he commented on again on our YouTube channel that he says, anyone can tune. Tuning isn't magic. It's science. As long as one applies oneself to dedication and study, anyone can learn. I say people will rather pay because they don't want to learn or apply themselves, or just plain lazy. Doesn't interest them enough to do so, but rather reap the benefits of labor and apply their focused interest elsewhere about the car modification process. I'm pretty sure this guy's not a native English speaker, but what he said is absolutely true, which is true of any profession: doctor, lawyer, architect, Gundam champion. If you spend enough time learning about something, you will become an expert upon it. Here's the thing: you don't really need a degree from a school or university to tell you that you're an expert. That is just basically a stamp of approval. That's basically institutionalized stamping, but like very simple. I don't need to be a lawyer to know about the law. I don't need to be a doctor to know about a certain disease. I don't have the certification that comes from the institutions, but that doesn't mean what I know is wrong. So same thing with remapping, especially with the car industry. There is no university that you go to. There is no college course that you take. There is no board certification. And what all this board certification does, it is the ones that are for the professional doctor. It is a test. It is a measure of competence and skill. But does mean that you don't have that certification. That doesn't mean you don't have competence. You don't have skill. You just don't have somebody else saying that you have it. A third party saying that yes, you have these skills and whatever. So sadly, in the tuning industry, the most you have here in the Philippines is a TESDA certificate that says that you've completed basic automotive training, and that's not much. It just means that you know how an engine works. You know what at least you know what a piston is, what a piston ring is, what a crankshaft is. But what they're teaching in Tesla is light years behind what the modern engine is. So somebody comes here and applies to me. I have a Tesla certificate that says I completed automotive engineering. That doesn't hold any water for me. Here's a nice and short and funny one. Look for Captain Sit. Well, I sent him a picture of a captain of uh, Captain Picard sitting, I think. So that's just plain funny. And here's another one that I sent to. Baka po may binibenta kayo. Mugs and tires. Super gandia. I sent him a picture of a bunch of mugs. You may think it's petty and it's funny, but I'm telling you, correct spelling is important when you ask. And then when they get angry, you have that. And you should not get angry because you're an idiot and can't spell. And this one that got sent to me also from the Miata Club. Mga ilang kilometer per liter po fuel efficiency ng Miata with the usual EDSA traffic. Some guy answered him, who cares about the fuel efficiency when driving a Miata? Which is absolutely true. You do not buy a Miata and give two shits about how fuel efficient the car is. It's a goddamn sports car. It lives in the high RPM range where it's the most happiest, not crawling through EDSA. Check yourself before you buy a sports car, numbnuts.